Sleep and Talk Football. I'm your host, Peter.
I am Stuart.
I'm Charles.
Yeah, so the Premier League continues to entertain. Some teams are getting into form, others are losing form. So the top, Liverpool are top. They are getting some consistency. But the blockbuster match of the round, game week 7, was Manchester Arsenal. Arsenal won it by 1 goal, a penalty scored by Aubameyang. Chelsea played Burnley. They won 3-0. Liverpool played West Ham. They won 2-1. Man City played Sheffield. Man City won 1-0. And Spurs versus Brighton ended 2-1 with Gareth Bale scoring. So, your reactions to the match of game week 7, Manchester Arsenal?
Yes, that match was played on a Sunday, as I said. Sunday matches are very tricky. Also, let's be honest, neither team really did the most.
I have to disagree. One team did the most. You cannot say.
It was balanced. Arsenal were attacking in the first half, Man United were attacking in the second half. That you cannot deny.
We can't deny. We watched the game with you.
Yes.
Which attacking was Manchester United doing?
In the second half, it was all Man United.
How many chances on target did you have?
So let me check the statistics.
Yeah, so as you check, Charles, Manchester United, Arsenal.
I was really happy that Arsenal won that game. Yeah, it shows that Manchester United have been declining a lot. And I don't know what the problem is. Maybe the manager, or maybe as most Manchester United fans are saying, what's his name? Ed Woodward.
Yeah.
What is his position in Man U?
He's the CEO.
The CEO. Yeah, I really think Man U need what? Board of
Director of football.
Director of football. Yeah. So that they can be at the same spot they were a couple of seasons ago.
Yeah. Yes. So according to the statistics, yes, Man United were attacking very much. They had 53% possession, 731 touches, 8 shots.
How many on target?
2. Also Arsenal had 2. One was a penalty. They had 6 corners, 4 offsides. And
yes. So your point is?
Arsenal's stats, they're also impressive, but they were more defensive. Like they had 25 clearances compared to Man United's 12. They had 20 tackles. I'm not saying that Arsenal did not play well, but we have seen better matches from Arsenal. We have seen better matches from Man United. And as Paul Pogba said, it was a stupid tackle from him. And let's be honest, if he did not do that, there was no other clear-cut chance that you could say either team could have won the match using that.
But football is not a game of maybe if he hadn't done that, then this result. Football is a game of things happening.
Yes.
If you're fouled, a penalty is given. That is the basics of football.
And also it was played on a Sunday.
Yeah. And also, speaking strictly as an Arsenal fan who has watched Arsenal play, Arsenal, for me, that is the best match I've seen them play so far. They had intensity, there was no static movement, there was the pressing, there was the attacking. Aubameyang was seen to do more. Aubameyang was seen doing more in that match than he usually does in the matches that preceded it. The whole team performance was good. Yeah, I'm not the hugest fan of Bellerin, but in that instance, in 2 instances that I've seen him play, and his actions have allowed us to win the game, the Sheffield game and this game, I think he's improving. But I still say that Bellerin has the tendency to just switch off during a game, and that's why sometimes I don't like to rate him. But the man of the moment, Patton, after being derided by rival fans that the party was over before it started, he showed his class. He marked Pogba and Rashford out of the central field play, and I believe it is an improvement. But you can also not get away from the fact that Arsenal still does not score goals as per the moment.
Yeah.
And the insistence of Arteta to play Lacazette, and he doesn't provide either the support that assists to bring other attackers into play or score himself is very questionable. But so far, at least, he's dealing with his problems. The City game, he dealt with it by bringing on, what is his name? Gabriel in the central midfield, which is a mistake he did by not including him in the Liverpool game. So that he's evolving with his team, and especially if he can sort now attack, because I believe the midfield he has gotten the person that is playing the game that he wants to play, then we might improve.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also shout out to El Neni. There's a lot of hype around him, but I've been an Arsenal fan long enough to say I want to wait and see by the end of the season if he's still in contention or the Arsenal fans will do what they like to do by starting it was coming after him the way they went after Mustafi for that mistake after coming back from injury. So we move on to Chelsea versus Burnley.
Yes.
3-0.
Yes, that was a masterclass from Chelsea. We saw what Timo Werner can do. He was really attacking. Also, Hakim Ziyech. I think it was his first goal, if I'm not wrong. Second goal, first goal in the Premier League. It was really impressive from Chelsea, and which it has now seen them keeping, I think, 5 consecutive clean sheets since 2010. They are really improving. Yes.
Yeah, it was a great performance from Chelsea. At least they've shown that they can be title contenders for this season. Yeah, and I was really impressed with how they attacked specifically, and also keeping a clean sheet. And I think that the addition of Mendy has really improved Chelsea as a whole. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe they're doing the thing that we said. If Chelsea click, they'll be a formidable team. And I see that Ziyech was the missing piece in the attacking play because he's able to bring other people into play. And also, I've seen that he has been allowed the freedom. He's not just a right winger. Yeah, he's allowed the freedom to drift in the middle and also go wide as he saw places. So we have 2 playmakers, one from the wide, who's Isaac. From middle, we have Havertz, and also Mount is also playing, both attacking players that can bring others into play. So I believe they're okay. I still believe there is a lot of mistakes in Katsuma's play, but I believe so far, as long when Thiago is playing, he's mitigating those mistakes. And we have to say that Mendy has dealt with a huge problem that was with Chelsea. Now, at least everybody is sure that they can at least even hold a high line that their keeper will save them, unlike with Kepa. But we are yet to see. But so far, I'm not seeing stunning play from Chelsea, but they are not losing. And that is more important than just amazing play. So we move on to Liverpool West Ham.
Yes, Liverpool, they pulled up another result, which let me be biased. It won't go far. They are losing this coming Sunday, and yes, you can quote me on that.
As for me, Liverpool they were not very convincing. Although it's still a win, but by the standards of Liverpool, I see a slight decline.
Yeah, for sure there's a decline in Liverpool in the way they play, but there's still the tenacity. The tenacity that I also say that I see also in Manchester City. It's not there in the way they are playing so far, but if you go to sleep, any team goes to sleep. You will be beaten. And also Liverpool have shown their tenacity of always going for the win. Because in this game they were being held. Then Jota came on and then they scored and then they won. Not a convincing performance, but a win. Because football is a game of winning and losing. And it's a game of 90 minutes. So if you don't defend to the death, you will find that You'll become like the way Newcastle was on the verge of having a comeback from Everton, because the Everton keep on pressing until the time is up. So we move on to Man City, Sheffield.
Okay, not a convincing match for us. I really think that we have a problem while attacking. Like you see, if defenders are scoring for us at this point, we really need to pull up our socks. Sterling needs to improve. Okay, our strikers, yeah, that's what I see. So it's still a win. At the end of the day, it's 3 points, but there's still room for improvement. Yeah.
But what can you say to Man City seemingly so far?
We've not been.
Putting up performances in the Champions League, like you said, they are trying. They are better
We are
than
trying, yeah.
they are better than in the EPL. But when they come to the EPL, it's as if they dial down.
Exactly.
So
We've been. I don't know if it's our morale or what. We've not been at the same level we were like a couple of seasons ago. Seems that we've declined for some reason. But I hope that we click as the season goes on. But hopefully we'll see.
With Man City, I'm not really sure what the problem is, because they're averaging at least 8 to 10 shots on target per goal, as in
per game or per goal.
per game. I think their problem is converting the chances to goals, because right now they're averaging 1.5 goals a match. Last season, the previous seasons, they were beating teams like
7,
7, 8, 5. That was a normal day for Manchester City. And right now, even the 1-0, they are struggling.
Yes, for me, I don't. It's the problem that I believe either they believe they have become too big that they want to play in the Champions League alone, but the thing about the EPL, it doesn't matter whether you believe one competition is better. If you do not turn up, you're going to be beaten. But so far, I can say at least they are winning. So at least they are doing something right, and they are keeping clean sheets. And when Laporte and Diaz are playing together, we don't see any much fluctuation in the way they play, which allows their, because so far I've seen Walker score, I've seen Cancelo score, I think in the Champions League, and they keep on bringing people into play, and as they grow into the match, or at least when Aguero and Jesus are completely fit, I think they will be able to come back into play. But I'm not sure. It's a conundrum. They're a big team. Their personnel, there's nobody injured. They should be winning. Yet, they are not being able to crunch out matches. The same way, like in the same way that Leeds play. You don't feel they've
It's
got
not
that
it
intensity.
isn't an ease. We're not playing football.
Like right now, I can see that Phil Foden is their top scorer with the 2 goals.
Yeah.
So in every particular game, it's somebody else that is scoring. So they're being saved by the collective, not their attacking players. Yeah. But hopefully they will improve, because if they don't, then they will be in the
Yeah,
doldrums.
Or is it because they lost David Silva? Because he was the spark in that midfield. Even though I'm not saying that De Bruyne is a capable replacement, but let's say David Silva was in Man City, they were scoring many goals. He went to Real Sociedad.
That's a good
Now
point.
they are scoring goals like Man City used to score goals.
But
I
to be fair, also, David Silva wasn't playing a lot.
Yeah.
He was in bits, so and they have got enough. My problem is they have got replacements that can do the job,
But
they are not performing, because you always see now the dependence has become now on De Bruyne, not the way it was Silva, and then De Bruyne, and then if not those Sterling and Mahrez wide, they create the creativity.
But let's say in football, even in the top teams, there are certain so-called leaders in the team. Man City had them from way back then, like Toure. They went to Vincent Company, and let's say David Silva. Maybe Aguero is the last one that is currently left from the OG Man City team. I think that's where they are lacking mostly in that department, that leadership part.
But the problem is they are winning.
But they are not winning
Convincingly.
But they are winning. Sometimes part of the hustle of a big team is that it has to win.
Yeah.
Because to lose brings more criticism than to win. You can say, like we can say, City isn't playing well, but you cannot say they are losing because you haven't seen them lose unless the 2-5 smashing by Leicester, which is becoming something that Leicester is just sparking on people. So it depends on the mood that you're finding Leicester. But let's say we were in game week 8, by game week 15, or at least the end of half the season, we will see if something picks up or something. A lot of criticism will start coming on Pep if nothing changes. So we move on to Spurs Brighton. Spurs have got a swagger in the way they play, but there's also sometimes funny things that are happening.
Yeah.
Okay, they won at Brighton, but Europa League Antwerp, a team we don't know, they lost. And they also put the big players in that game, and they were unable to come back. So it's like there's also some lack of being homogeneous in that team. Like they're not together. Like if on a good day, Spurs will beat you soundly, and also in other days they're like they can win, but they're not with that intensity like the way they beat Manchester United.
Or they were being complacent because they were playing with a small team.
Maybe.
Yeah, and also you cannot say that how they won was. Let's say they won the Mourinho way. Mourinho will. This is a scoreline Mourinho appreciates and wins by. But in terms of actual open play football, showing that you're expressing yourself, I felt they weren't expressing themselves because Brighton was also bringing the game. Considering the first goal was a penalty that I contest. Because I don't know what quotient it meant. Because it was just a simple foul outside the box, but it was given as a penalty. And I believe a penalty for me should be at least a clear goal scoring opportunity. Like at least you could have crossed the ball somebody to score, and that was what was impeded by me tackling you. But he wasn't tackled; it was just a jump, and he was backing into the player, and then a penalty was given. So it wasn't a convincing game for how Spurs should play, but still Spurs are, what am I going to say?
Winning.
Are winning and also are well packed in the right areas in terms of personnel. So Højbjerg continues to work wonders for the team, and when Dumbele plays, and what is his name? Bale, the way he has started, he has shown his brilliance, and so far, unless he's a capable replacement, when he comes on, he can win the game the same way. Kane
Wins the game.
Yeah.
Personally, I think the big takeaway from that game was Bale's goal. It was not that impressive, but to spark that form that a player needs, an attacking player needs, that morale boosting goal, I think it was very required from him, and it came at the right time. Kane has gone back to his assisting. I think his overall capabilities have improved this season. He's no longer just scoring, assisting. He's doing everything. He's back in defense. Everything he's doing it. I think Tote are among the most improved clubs this season. Yeah.
But since Mourinho came, they are the third. They are the third in terms of wins. So maybe we have not been paying attention to them, but it is the projection keeps on going up. They've been on the same projection or trajectory going up in terms of attack. So we move on to game week 8. Game week 8, we have two matches we can call blockbuster matches, so we can begin with them. Manchester City faces Liverpool.
Yes.
At the Etihad. So, what is your analysis and predictions for that game?
I'm just saying is straightforward. Man City will win this game. by like 2 goals to nil or 2-1. Just Man City will win.
Based on what? Because okay, there's bias. You might not want Liverpool to win, and that is fair. But based on analysis, what do you believe City will do to beat Liverpool?
Oh, I'm not coming here with analysis. But based on analysis, Man City, Leicester, not Leicester, Liverpool, slightly weakened. Even though we have seen that they can cope without Van Dijk, but also, as you have been listening to this podcast for the past like what 5 weeks, and every time I say a game that is played on Sunday is very tricky. So solely because of that, I'm saying Man City will win.
But I also that Arsenal versus Manchester United, I also asked you, so being a Sunday, being two big teams, which team is it going to? The Sunday is going to be in favor of who? Based on
Yeah.
the
That
analysis?
part of the equation I am yet to figure out, but yes, one team will win and one team will lose.
Obviously.
They can draw, but they will not draw.
Okay, for me, I don't have a specific scoring, but I think it will go 2-1 for either team. Liverpool might win 2-1, Man City might win 2-1. Due to the fact that, we are both coming with confidence that we won Champions League games, okay? So, yeah, so I think it might go either way. Although I'm a City fan, I might say it might go 2-1 scoreline. I'll go for Man City.
So
Yeah,
can we ask? Can I ask? Does Diego Jota start this game for Liverpool?
definitely.
Yes, because the man is a powerhouse. I was seeing the stats for the first compared to the people in his position, Origi and Firmino. He's a far better replacement. He was a great addition to the squad, and also I've seen in his first 10 games he has scored 7 goals. Firmino in his first 10 games for Liverpool he did not score any goals. He's just the guy in form. If you are a manager, you can't just put that man on the bench.
But if you have followed Liverpool enough, you have realized Klopp tends to stick to some things. You remember in finals, you're always sure it will be Wijnaldum, Henderson, and what was his name? Milner. Used to populate the midfield if you are going to play big games. So I have a belief that it is Firmino who will still start. And also, in terms of Diego Jota, he has come into form at Liverpool. Last season, he was not at form in the Premier League for Wolves. He was in form in the, what is it called, Europa League only. He used to flop in the Premier League. So, as a City fan, how do you believe you'll set up for this game?
Okay, for Klopp, yeah, you might be right. You might start the front three.
Yeah.
You might start Firmino, Salah, and Mane. Due to experience.
Yeah.
All the time Liverpool have played with that front three, they have trend. They have the tendency to hurt us in a way. So I also believe that Firmino might start.
Yeah. And for City, since
For us, definitely the front three, or
yeah,
Sterling
Maybe
Jesus.
is back.
and Foden might start.
in the midfield. But I've seen when
Pep plays Foden in the front three. I don't understand why, but he does.
yeah, but Foden, to be fair, when Foden has come on in City games, City have sparked because it's like he has the hunger, the intensity that most City players don't seem to have
Yeah.
a lot of. Also, we have to mention that Ederson is in form. He keeps on saving City in certain
certain
situations.
moments, yeah.
Like the Arsenal game, he's the one that stopped both Aubameyang and what's his name? Saka.
Saka.
Yeah? It was his brilliance, not that the attacking players did not know how to finish that ball. Yeah, so for me, in terms of predictions, I believe Liverpool will grind out a result based on form and based on them growing into form faster than I'm seeing City growing into form. Because Atalanta, we believe it will be a blockbuster. You believe there will be goals. And you see the defense that was played was, I think Williams ran or something, Williams and Gomez. That is not the big defense that you expected him to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they played and Diego
They
Jota
managed.
Diego Jota came into form and their goals, most of them were typical Liverpool goals and they were pressing, they were intense and they're into form. But I cannot also hold back that City are at home and they can decide even them they want to spark. And also you have to add the merit of it's a big game. The same way we saw a big game, Manchester United, Arsenal, not teams that were playing particularly both of them, but they brought the game to the best of their ability. I lean Liverpool, but it will be at least entertaining. But it will be on a Sunday, as Stuart tends to say. So the next game is Everton, Manchester United. Two teams that I believe have lost. Is it back to back? Yeah, that have lost back to back games, and Everton is at home. And in the game, Richarlison comes back. I don't know if Digne comes back.
Yeah, Digne will be back.
Yeah, Digne comes back. Rodriguez comes back. So a fully fit Everton goes to meet Manchester United, which has just lost in the Champions League in a very baffling matter. So, what are your analysis and predictions?
Yeah, my prediction is that Everton will win 3-0.
Based on what?
Due to okay, Everton attacks. They have, especially when Richarlison has returned,
Yeah.
the intensity of the attack will be at a higher rate. And Manchester United coming from a loss, I think they'll still have their confidence will be low. So I have no hope for Manchester United.
So, Stuart, it's a game that is going to be played on a Sunday.
It will not be played on a Sunday. It's on a Saturday. And also, Man United have won all their away games in the Premier League.
But at home.
Statistics. No, they have what 56 home percent or whatever.
Yeah.
Tricky match. On one side, you want Man United to win because it's Man United. On the other side, you want them to lose because there was supposed to be a time to fire a manager. This will be the ideal time because of the international break and whatnot. So it's 50-50. They win, yes, you're happy. Man United have won. They lose, you are happy, yes.
What is your
Ole will
prediction?
be fired.
Yeah, and consider Everton brought a lot of problems. A fully fit Everton brought a lot of problems to Liverpool.
We do not refuse that.
So what is your prediction? Everton, Manchester United.
Let me know. I have no prediction. If it was on a Sunday, we would say I'm thinking a draw, maybe.
Yeah, but
There's two games they have drawn each 1-1.
I think I will agree with Charles that Everton will beat Manchester United. Because the gameplay of Manchester United, as I've said a lot of times, is the counter-attacking type of play. And has been proven in both the Arsenal game and also the Berkshire game, that if you can hold them and play in deep blocks, Manchester United cannot play the counter-attack and they are unable to pass through your defense and create chances. So far, that is not a tactic that has been employed. So, in terms of in the midfield, Alan Dokure are able to hold whoever Manchester United can put because they're not going to be creative. And so far, Bruno Fernandes seems to be winning for some reason. He's not the superstar that came in January because you saw him create chances, bring other people into play. The Arsenal game, somebody holds him, he's unable to play effectively. So I believe if Everton play their cards right and hold the midfield and they have players that I believe can hold Martial and what is his name? Rashford. And they have the creativity now with General Rodriguez to bring Calvert, Richarlison, and also Iwobi into play, then I believe Manchester United will lose.
But also
But,
you
but
might
but my prediction is Everton 2, Manchester United 1.
But also, you might argue Everton's defense is also not
Flawed.
quite good. I think they are conceding at least a goal each game, or no, if not two. Man United will have had Martial back. Hopefully, uh, Cavani will start, and then Rashford will go to the win. Because I think if Cavani, Rashford, Martial, and Fernandez are in the same game, they can really trouble the defense. But you never know. You might score 4 goals and concede 5 because of Harry Maguire.
Yeah, so there's a balance, but the problem that I'm saying they're going to win is tactically. There's no change in the way that you play. You are not complex, that you can counter attack or you can build up from the back or pass through a deep block so that you win. That's my problem, regardless of personnel in that game. So we move on to Chelsea Sheffield.
I'm going for Chelsea. Sheffield have yet to recreate their winning streak of last season. They came from the championship. They are winning all the games. They are yet to light that spark, if I may put it so. I'm going for a Chelsea win.
I'll also go for Chelsea win as well. Chelsea have been okay. They've been in good form, so definitely I'll go for them. And Ziyech is playing well, so yeah, definitely I'll go for Chelsea. A 2-0 win.
I don't want to be that guy that goes on trying to make Sheffield get into form. So I won't be that guy, but I believe it will not be an easy game. An easy game for Chelsea. But Chelsea now have got, what do you call it? Players that are lethal, that if Sheffield should sleep, as they slept against Arsenal, and we won that game, then Chelsea will win. There's no way I'm seeing Sheffield win. Because so far, when Thiago plays and Mendy and Zuma, they are not conceding. And the midfield, they have got enforcers that are able to play the game. And unless Sheffield can match them blow for blow and start producing goals, because Sheffield are not scoring enough sometimes to win games like last season, or at least I don't believe they have the luck that they had last season when Landstrom was scoring. I doubt if Sheffield can win. So I believe Chelsea will win, maybe even 3 goals again. I think Timoana will score again, and Ziyech may be assisting in the moments that Timoana scores. If not Mount. So it will. And in terms of an interesting game, I doubt if it will be an interesting game because I believe Sheffield will play in a deep block to counter the attacking style or flow of and pace of Timo Werner and what do you call him? Ziyech and also Pulisic, not Pulisic, Mount. Yeah, so we move on to Arsenal, Aston Villa. As an Arsenal fan, I still have a problem that we can. I believe we are good defensively. We have shown consistently that we are good defensively. Nowadays in the league, I believe we have got the best defensive record. By that I mean we have conceded the least amount of goals so far in the league. But still, Aston Villa, as I said previously, I believe they are overhyped. And if one of their players is injured, or maybe Grealish, to be precise, is injured, we are not able to see how they can play. They're not tactically diverse to be able to win against Arsenal. Yeah? But to be fair, Arsenal is not scoring goals. And whenever Konsa and what is his name? Konsa and Mings are playing, they have got a good partnership. But last time out, when they played Southampton, yeah, they were beaten 4-3. Yeah? let's say there was brilliance from one pros, but they were still beaten and they were in a sense found out. Yeah. So I believe Arsenal can win this game, but I think it's going to be played on a Sunday. So maybe Stuart will tell us if Arsenal will lose. But my worry is not that Arsenal will play well. Is that are we going to score goals? Are we going to start scoring goals? Yeah, because we can say we were unlucky. At least the effort that Willian had against Manchester United was a good team play, but people are not finding the back of the net. And I don't know which player has to enter to find the back of the net.
Yeah.
Or finally, Aubameyang will be played through the middle, but I doubt it. But I believe Arsenal can grind out a result against Aston Villa.
Okay, I also believe, I personally believe that Arsenal will win because mainly Arteta has been, let me say, a bit brilliant by solving problems. He's a futurist of some sort. He sees a problem, he solves it. So I believe he'll be looking for. Okay, Arsenal has been struggling by converting goals. So I believe that Arteta by now has realized that problem. Hopefully. So if he has, I believe there'll be Arsenal will win convincingly by 3 goals to nil.
All I can say is what I'm certain 100% sure of, Aston Villa must score. Though credit to Arsenal, they have party now. Their midfield is sort of set. Arteta did his work in the defense. Their only problem is attack right now. I cannot definitively say let me just say Aston Villa will score and leave it at there.
Yeah. So hopefully, I'm also tentative, but you must support your team. In this instance, if it was against a big team, I would say maybe Arsenal will have a problem. But I believe Arsenal will win this. Since you're not scoring, maybe 1-0. Maybe 1-0. But since Stuart says we are scoring, and I put his calculations in mind, maybe 2-1. That is if we score. So we move on to West Brom, Tottenham.
That's easy. Very, very easy. I'm going for a straight Tottenham win. Gareth Bale to score. West Brom not yet to win. And if you see their games, apart from like one game, I think it was
Against Chelsea.
Chelsea. That's the only game I really saw them playing. The other games, I don't know how they won the championship because they are playing really badly. I'm just going for Tottenham straight.
Yeah, I also believe it will be an easy dub for Tottenham. Yeah, and she'll have a lot of goals, like 4 goals. They will score, definitely. And our main man, the myth, the legend, Harry Kane, will convert some goals.
Also, Son, please,
And so on.
by sheer chance, you listen to this, please do something.
For your fantasy.
Fantasies.
Yeah, I don't believe this will be a blockbuster match. Maybe, but we have also to compute that in this league, there are interesting things that are happening all over the place.
But also,
Yeah.
it's
But so far, in terms of form, West Brom cannot be counted on to be the one that breaks the lines or breaks the streak of Tottenham, or be the unpredictable unit as Leicester, Leeds, Aston Villa, and other teams that are above them in the league are proven to be. So I believe Tottenham will win, and if West Brom is not set up right, they are going to lose badly because so far Tottenham is a free scoring team.
But let us give West Brom a little bit of credit. It will be played on a Sunday. As you have seen in 2020 Sunday, very tricky. Who knows? Maybe this will be the game they require to turn their season around. You never know.
Yeah.